Mr. Chairman, the topic that we're discussing is the Keystone Pipeline. But I must say the Republicans are like Keystone cops in the way they've handled this whole issue. They have been going way out on a limb to get this pipeline approved, even to the point where a tax cut for middle class and Americans and unemployment benefits and money for physicians a bill was held up to make sure that there was a provision to give special treatment to the Keystone Pipeline. But these brilliant people put in a provision that said the president had to decide the issue within a certain period of time. They forgot to tell him how he had to decide it. And the president said, I want to get all the facts first, and I'm not going to approve it in this time frame. So now they've come up with a bill. This is a remarkable bill. This bill says, and I wish people would read it. It says the pipeline in this bill is the Keystone XL Pipeline, no question about it. And they are exempted from review except for 30 days. But if the FERC doesn't give them a permit in 30 days, then it will be deemed approved. They're not taking any chances now. And in addition, they say that the two other agencies and all the other agencies that might be involved in reviewing this bill will no longer have the power to review the bill. So we have witnesses here from two of the agencies that ordinarily would review any any application for something that would go over public lands, over waterways. Suddenly they're out. They can't review it. So when we found out, or when Mr. Terry found out that was the case, he just said to us for the first time this morning, oh, we're not going to do that. We're going to put them back in the bill. So the application has to be pre-approved in 30 days or it's approved. If they want to make a modification, they can ask for a review for 30 days, but if it's not approved in 30 days, it's approved. For this one project. Now, we wanted to find out what interest the Koch industries had. Now, why did we want to find that out? Well, the Koch industries is one of the largest crude oil exporters in Canada. The Koch industries own the terminal in Canada where the pipeline would begin. The Koch industries has a refinery near where the pipeline would end. And the chairman said he'd take their word for it. They don't have any interest, even though there's evidence to the contrary. But then he throws out a real herring, as no one better than a Keystone cop could do. And his argument, oh, well, wait a minute. There's another guy who agrees with the Democrats some of the time who owns a railroad, and they might put the coal tar sands on a railroad. So really what the Democrats are doing is fronting for another industry. Boy, does that make sense. You got the crude oil owner with the pipeline and the refinery, and we should just take their word for they have no interest. But we should then point the finger at Warren Buffett's company. And then what do? They say in hearings, well, we know what's going on. We're attributing the worst possible motives to the President of the United States. It's all political. Well, that's quite a statement. How do they get into the President's head? What the President said is, I want to get information before I approve it. And they say, aha, what is really going on is the President is trying to take care of the environmentalists and he's going to annoy them. They've got it all written out. They could be on 24-hour news radio. They've figured it all out without getting more information. Well, we have two witnesses right now. And before acting, we should get some further information about this special interest bill. It directs the FERC to deal with the matter, but Ms. Gaffney Smith, under the Section 404 of the Clean Water Act, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has a permitting process to ensure that wetlands are protected from discharges of dredged or filled material. Now, doesn't this bill take away jurisdiction of your agency over this pipeline?
It appears to do so, yes.
And Mr. Poole, your agency has to do with wildlife. Tell me what your agency would ordinarily review and whether you have that ability to review it.
Yeah, Congressman, all these type actions, we review them per our land use plans. That's the congressional mandate under FLIPMA.
And are you being taken, is that jurisdiction being taken away from you?
It appears that we would no longer apply those other congressional
We used to have a party in this country called the Know-Nothings. And the people that are pushing this bill want us to know nothing about this pipeline except what the proponents want us to know. And if the Koch brothers are proponents and are going to benefit, I'd like to know about it, and the American people ought to know about it as well. My time has expired, and I hope we have another round.